Welcome to Two Boys, One Cast.
What? Two casts of boys. Hi, everyone.
Yeah.
I think that went well.
Rob is still here.
I am.
He's just laying on the floor, screaming into a pillow.
I normally don't.
No, I'm sorry. That's not Rob. He doesn't do that. That's what I'm doing right now.
Who is this man? Well, here we are, folks. I'm Rob.
And he's Rob.
Great. So we got that covered. So what have you been up to this week?
It's been an interesting week, I guess. Mostly writing on some smaller projects and a little bit of editing here and there. But for the most part, I have been in my pajamas, I guess. So I guess it's been a easy week.
That's good. When you say small projects, is that like you're making an life-size Eiffel Tower out of toothpicks because the toothpicks are tiny?
Sort of. I'm building a map of the world to scale.
To scale?
1-to-1.
What are your materials?
It's a good question. It's a little bit of everything. Dumpster diving.
Uh-huh.
I use what I see. You know, some people, some trees.
Some people?
A few. Yeah, you know, live art. Performance art, I believe that's called. That's a thing. I heard it somewhere on a podcast.
Oh, yeah? Huh. Well, so this isn't it isn't a physical thing. It's people performing a life.
No. They've given up their lives to art instead of science, and we're making a 1-to-1 scale project of the 1-to-1 scale of the Earth out of their corpses.
Okay, there we go. That's what I was looking for. Very good. Well,
we got there.
We got there.
Took a turn.
What do you have completed so far?
Rhode Island.
Nice. Where is this?
A person in Rhode Island. There's one person so far. It's pretty small.
I see. Oh wow! So you're doing like all the people and like
it's like Roanoke. I started at Roanoke, and I'm building from there.
Did you start this map in Roanoke as well, or
no? I started in the Midwest.
So it's kind of going to be like the world has shifted like 600 miles to the west when you're finished.
I mean, it's at a tilted axis. Yeah.
Well, I can't wait to see this thing.
I'm sure a lot of people are curious now.
I got to tell you, when you get over here, you son of a bitch, I'm going to get some people and we're going to stop you in your murdering ways, all right? I'm going to get a posse. We're going to...
Good luck. You and what army?
I know...
Can't stop me now.
I know several people, sir. Several. I'm talking upwards of...
Probably, you know, I bet we know some of the same people.
Skiddly Dinker. Little Polly. John.
Little Tony. To get it right.
Big Tony. Little Tony. Mid-sized Tony. I know. Oh, another Paul.
The just right Tony.
Anthony.
I know him too.
Right Tony. Left Tony. Another Paul.
Yeah.
Peter. Mary. You see, that's just
what have you been
to
up
name
to?
A few. That's just to name a few.
That's just page 1.
Right.
Of my random scratched notebook.
Just full of names?
Just full of names. Yeah, I got this idea, I'll have you know, after listening to another performance artist who is a human, and he's trying to hatch a dozen chicken eggs with his own body heat.
I mean, who else is creating performance art? Why do you have to qualify him as a human? I mean, I think you could just...
Well, he got... I feel like it's necessary because he got a government grant. He got a government grant to do this, and it is impossible to do. Like, he's going to just end up making an omelet with beaks, and yet he got a grant.
Really? The government? Does Trump know about this? I do not feel like Trump
I don't know if it was the American government. I think he might
be
Dutch or something. I don't know.
Gosh, those guys, Dutch, what weirdos. Wooden shoes?
I don't know. It's
windmills?
Like at first I thought it was a joke because I literally heard it on April Fool's Day, and I was like, this is absurd. But no, it's a real thing. You can Googleize it.
You know what the problem is? They're smoking too much hashish, or marijuana at least, you know?
Well, I think that now it's just their inversion. They inhale the crazy.
I guess so. What's his plan? Is he gonna like tuck it under his armpits, put it up his butt?
So I believe his plan is to challenge the social, challenge society's perception that only mothers are nurturing from birth by having these little chicks imprint on him as a man, having sat on them for a month.
He's actually sitting on them somehow.
I don't believe that he's physically sitting on them, but he is like hovered around them squatting. He has to do it 24 hours a day for a month. He's literally, I don't know how he actually uses the bathroom.
Oh, sure.
But it is his body heat that is supposedly going to be. I'm probably butchering this the same way that I expect him to butcher these eggs, but that's how I understood it anyway.
Zeke, I got two things to say about it. Do you want to hear them? Too bad. Here they are. Number one.
Probably not.
Number one. It's already been proven. Why
you have to present it in Exhibit A, Exhibit B fashion.
Exhibit A.
On a sidebar.
For your consideration. It's already been proven.
Yes, you may proceed.
Remember? Thank you, Counselor. Now, it's already been proven. Have you seen Fly Away Home? I mean, that
was a good documentary.
It was a great documentary. But those
it was made by a vampire and an idiot. So I don't understand why.
It's funny.
Why you're using it.
There's a
as
documentary called A Vampire and an Idiot, and that's directed by a bunch of geese. So that's
that makes perfect sense. Were they Canadians? Because then it
they were all
might
Canadian.
as well be gospel truth. Yep. All right. Yeah. Well, there you go.
All right, second point.
You're not going to see a bunch of snow geese.
You're obviously not going to let me get my points across, so I'm going to go on to Exhibit B, sir. May I proceed?
All right, fine. Objection. Overruled. Sustained. You're good to go.
Thank you, Counselor. I am going to get Trump. I'm going to go up to the White House and say, hey, buddy, how about you cough up a couple of bucks? I'm going to find a chicken, and I'm going to challenge him to an egg-laying contest. And I'm going to see who can lay an egg first, and then who can hatch that egg first. And I'm going to be staring that chicken right in its stupid little face, and I'm going to be saying, buck, which means, you little piece of shit, I'm going to kick your ass. I'm the best at egg laying. I'm the best at egg hatching. I'm the best at imprinting my children upon me. You're going down.
So I have two exhibits of my own now because what you just said was absurd. Obviously, Exhibit A, you have never seen Teenage Mutant Kung Fu Chickens because that chicken is going to put you down, son. And Exhibit B,
I have not allowed you. I have not given you permission.
If you were on the White House lawn talking to a little chick that way, people are just going to assume that you're treating that little chick like a gerbil. And what you do in your bathroom with your own tube of toilet paper is entirely up to you. But what you do on the White House lawn, that's everybody's business.
What if I go to the Rose Garden? They won't even see me in the chicken.
Everybody sees you.
I never said I was going to do it in the damn lawn. I mean, you're extrapolating. I was going to get the money from him, from that guy. I forget his name. And then I'm going to go somewhere else. Like, I'll go down Pennsylvania Avenue a little bit. Like, 10 feet down.
One of those unpopulated areas.
Yeah.
Like 1603.
Right. I'm going to 1603 Pennsylvania Avenue. And I'm going to challenge a chick to an egg-laying / hatching contest. And I'm going to win.
My money is on the Teenage Mutant Kung Fu Chicken.
Well, I've been learning.
See,
I know Krav Maga, so
it should have been Teenage Mutant Kung Pao Chickens. But it wasn't. It was not. That is not how it played out, and it's already written. So you need to come up with a remake down the road. When it's not Michael Bay type down the road. I'm talking like 40 years later. Maybe you can also make a YouTube video of it.
Do you think Michael Bay lives on a bay?
Yeah, it's like St. Michael Bay.
Is there a guy named St. Michael that lives there?
Obviously, he's the one that's turning out all these movies 7 times a year.
Huh.
He's a saint.
Do you think River...
Who else would turn out... Who else other than a saint would make those movies?
I mean, I don't think you realize what you're saying. But what about River Phoenix? Do you think he was born on a river?
Well, I think his whole family was somehow born in the woods somewhere.
They're zany, aren't they?
Probably very lowly populated. But I think he is out with I don't know. He's riding off into the sunset most of the time, trying to track down the misplaced Ark of the Covenant.
I don't.
And trying to figure out how to get rid of that giant cobra that's in the middle of it, just stuck there.
Can I give him a piece of advice?
Oh, well, I mean, I can't stop you from doing that, but
Thank you.
I do hope that wherever he is,
River.
he's listening to this podcast so that he can get the advice firsthand.
I'm sure wherever.
Just call Rob. It's 555.
He's going to have to listen to this. I don't want to talk to his ghost ass. Whew. River, if you're listening up there in heaven or wherever you are, when you get the Ark of the Covenant, please don't open it. Do not open that thing. And if you do, don't freaking look, dude. It's not going to be good. Do not look at what's in there. Don't. Just don't.
See, you just changed the whole story arc of humanity. Now rather than when he gets that message, he's not gonna look in the box. Look away the same way he did in Indiana Jones Raiders of the Lost Ark, and then we're not going to get that movie, and we're going to be stuck with 4 versions of the 4th one instead, and it's all going to be your fault. From this moment, boy. You did it right now.
Neat. I can live with that. Cool.
I think we got a little sidetracked, but I think we got the point across.
Yeah, we went from how was your week to me destroying one of everyone's
humanity.
Yeah, I guess so.
Humanity. You're destroying humanity, and that's why I'm building a second Earth.
That you are
to scale, made out of corpses.
Who's going to populate the thing? You use them. I assume you'll use most of the population of the Earth to make Earth too.
I feel like this is one of those sit on a throne of blood, Skull Vigo moments from Ghostbusters 2. That's.
On a river of blood in the eye.
Yeah. That one. As I stare deeply into the eyes of a roasted marshmallow caricature right now. That's how me, Lord, command me.
We're both just doing our own thing there for a second.
I'm laying on the floor right now, sprawled out, talking upwards into my microphone.
Just monologuing away.
This is how I spend my days.
Well, thanks for letting us in for 1/2 hour into that
beautiful
little brain of yours.
And the other 4 of you out there that I can see the hands popping up from. Yeah, you're welcome. You're all welcome. Equally welcome.
We're truly blessed.
Indeed.
Well, I think I heard something. I think it went a little something like... Zeke, quick! Zeke, quick! Oh, God, here it comes. Here it comes. Oh, God. Oh, God. I got to figure out a way to stop that. I don't know what I can do. It's terrifying.
Well, I feel like that's accurate and appropriate all at the same time.
I did go a little longer.
Hands pointing toward the sky.
Pointing for the sky.
There it is.
All right, Zeke. What did we watch this week? Do we want to explain it? What we're doing here?
I feel like at this point, if they don't know, 6 episodes in, then they started in the wrong place.
Has it been 6 already? Oh, wow.
So, last week, the connection was Peter Jason?
I believe that was his name.
I believe. Yes, the actor's name, Peter Jason, who played the president.
El Presidente.
His character name was El Presidente in last week's
which
episode.
Was a alien apocalypse.
And this week's character name for Peter Jason is Gilbert.
Gilbert.
A little bit different character.
Gilbert.
And we watched They Live. And after talking to you a little bit about it, it was your pick. And I think like you had, other than your T-shirt, I did recognize some brief parts of it. Mm-hmm. So I think that you may have had it on a previous time when I was over or something. I'm not exactly sure.
I remember.
But I know that when...
Continue, please.
No, go. What do you remember?
What I remember is I did watch it quite frequently. I can't say I remember you being around when it was being played, but it's quite possible. But also, I did lend it to Dan once, and he was your roommate, so possibly that could be.
Yeah, that could be. That's also the same Dan who I had the blood feud with.
You know what I am? I'm just a negotiator. I broke a blood feud, and you know what? That feels good.
You ruin everything. No, when you mentioned that we were going to be watching it last week, in my mind, I thought that, I mean, I know that you told me it was a John Carpenter film, but in my mind, I had registered as the Peter Jackson Dead Alive film for some reason. And
you mentioned that once, and I corrected you as well. But.
Yeah. So, I mean, I honest to God thought they were the same film, and I was not anywhere near accurate on that.
So you thought you were going to watch a big old zombie gore fest?
I did think that, yes. And this was actually a very good movie. I really enjoyed it.
I'm glad to hear that, man.
In fact, I went and read the short story that it was based on.
As I was watching it, I'd forgotten that it was based on a short story I've never read, and I am quite interested. I bet it's pretty good.
It's pretty good, and it is very short. It is like a 5-minute read. It is called 8 o'clock in the morning. Mm-hmm. And there were some elements from the short story that they made the point to show in the film, which I thought was cool.
Okay. I am gonna.
Yeah.
Can you give me about 5 minutes? I gotta do something. Just give me.
Yeah, I'll just keep talking to myself. It should be the same. It'll sound the same as when you're also on the show talking.
Lay back on the ground, hold that microphone in the air.
I'm just gonna lean back here and start my rant over again. No big deal. You got time. What I'm trying to say is you got time.
Beautiful.
No, I did really enjoy the film. I was surprised to see Rowdy in it.
Rowdy Piper.
Yeah. But I thought that as far as the limited knowledge of the whole Rolodex of John Carpenter that I'm aware of, I guess, I'd have to put this towards the top, if not the top.
I would put it up there too. I love all of his movies so much. It'd be a real they'd be small increments down from each other. I know not everyone would feel that way, but yeah, this one's definitely. I wouldn't say it's in my top 5 of all time, but if you were going for Evil Dead 2 as well as this are probably my top 5 horror films. I don't know if this one's necessarily horror. I wouldn't necessarily consider it.
I would say it's a sci-fi-ish crossover from I'd say suspense sci-fi.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get behind that. I thought it was good. I really did enjoy it. I wish I hadn't rented it so that I could own it. And maybe down the road I'll own it.
I got to tell you something. I did rent it. Guess how long I have on the rental?
I'm gonna go with 29 more days.
29 more days. Ding, 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 ding. You win.
Nice. So the way you rent, where did you rent it from?
I've done iTunes every week except for Alien Apocalypse because I could not find it.
So anywhere. I rented it on Amazon, and now that I've seen it, I only have 24 more hours. The rental for me is good for a month, but when I watch it, I only get it for 24 hours.
That's interesting. I think normally I'm given the same option usually for every other movie other than Attack of the 50-Foot Cheerleader, and this, it was something similar like that. Once you watched it, you had 24 hours, but I think the rental period was 2 days.
Okay. So it's interesting. I know I've brought this up before, but I really do enjoy this aspect of Amazon. It has the X-ray on there, and so if I touch the screen while I'm watching it, the movie still plays in the background, but it lists the actors who are in the scene. It lists their IMDb pages, and it lists trivia and goofs and all that fun stuff from IMDb on the screen. Also, it's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool.
I enjoy watching it that way. So
I'm gonna have to remember to rent it that way next week.
Yeah.
It's funny.
I would recommend it.
It's funny?
It's pretty cool. What's funny? Tell me. Make me laugh.
Okay. So there's this fellow, and his name was Rob, and then he had a podcast with his friend, and his name was Zeke. And
they don't sound like friends.
They're the best of friends there ever was. And they always hold hands, but not in a weird way. Not that that's weird. Not that it's, just in a friend way.
You made me laugh. That was funny.
Hooray! No, we didn't mention a damn thing about what the movie's about, which we should probably say, a thing.
Well, we got sci-fi, horror. Yeah, go ahead and wrap them up on the... I'll give them this short story. It's called 8 o'clock in the morning, and then you can take They Live.
Okay. Go. That was it. You were just saying it's 8 o'clock in the morning. You're not expanding upon that.
No, it's based on a previous short story from about 20 years earlier.
Okay. A drifter discovers a pair of sunglasses that allow him to wake up to the fact that aliens have taken over the Earth. So essentially, it's Roddy.
Really, what he found out was that when he put the sunglasses on, he was cool.
So he went up. I mean, those sunglasses must have granted, like +3 cool. If you're an RPG player, that's a funny joke to you. Or probably not funny, but you say, I get it,
No, I can hear laughing. I can somewhere. I can.
Oh, very funny. Oh, it's a little Japanese kid. Oh, boy. You were a frightening man. Anyways, in this movie, Roddy Piper, he's a wrestler. He's what's he called? The Icon? Oh, shame on me. One of our listeners is going to be upset with me. Anyways, he puts on these sunglasses, and they allow him to see aliens. And all around he looks around, and a billboard, instead of, it being a pretty lady, it'll say obey. And he looks in a magazine, it says sleep, reproduce. These aliens are trying to take over the world by making us, do what we do anyways. Be stupid slobs that consume and, act like Zeke and stuff,
You don't want a lot of aliens acting like me, that's for sure.
I suppose they'd do away with you quick. We got an outlier.
I wouldn't last a minute.
We got an outlier. Get rid of him.
Yeah, get rid of him. I did like the ending. I really didn't know what to expect from it. Yeah. I thought it was pretty cool. I would recommend seeing it if you have not seen it.
You should see them all, especially Alien Apocalypse, number 1.
I would say that if you are listening to this podcast random order, start with Alien Apocalypse because that is, and then go to 50-Foot Cheerleader, and then
link it backwards.
And then you're going to see the genius. You're going to see the genius behind our madness, or you're just going to see the madness.
You skipped one way or another. You skipped Evil Dead 2, you little. No, I guess.
Well, I'm saying if they start with those two, they can work their way back up.
Okay,
see,
geez.
You don't even see the genius. You don't know. You don't know. You could eat the duck. You don't know.
I have smart in my brain. I do. I believe it. I know it.
I believe too, Peter. I believe too. No, I thought that it was a really good movie, and I'm glad that you found a way to connect it because
awesome.
I'll remember that I've seen the whole thing now.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm really glad to hear it. I agree. It is legitimately pretty good movie. So it does me good. Makes my heart smile and my face, my mouth. It beats. They do it in reverse for me. Beats happily.
Well, I mean, as long as there's joy in whatever order that is, I guess I can't fault you.
Devoid of joy. No joy in it.
Well, then I support it even more then.
Beautiful. Well, Zeke, your time of retribution has come. For how many weeks has it been now? 50-Foot Cheerleader?
6.
Well, since we've been stuck in the...
Oh, since I picked. Well, I kind of started... Our unofficial dry run of our first rough cut that you will never hear unless you tie us down somewhere and threaten us. I got to pick the first one, and I butchered it hard, fierce.
That's not even what I'm getting at, you goofball. I'm just talking about how we've been.
And then since then we've been in this purgatory of horror, suspense, sci-fi,
you got to it, yeah.
B-film nonsense. And I got there. I'll get there in my own time.
And, sorry.
And now it is gonna in as much hoopla as I've made over this, I'm just gonna keep this downward spiral cooking.
Very good.
So, do you want to Kalima?
Oh, Bumpsy died. Oh, Bumpsy
death. Or do you want to do that now, or do you want to read your next chapter and we'll finish up with that?
Okay, we can finish. That's a good way to finish up. But I'm not going to do it until you somehow segue. I want a proper segue into the story. You didn't mention pirates. You didn't mention popcorn. You didn't mention...
No, I stepped on my own segue earlier when I said you're doing it, Peter, I believe.
I thought maybe you were going to do it, but then you backed out.
I was going to, but we weren't done with the first half and a third segment where we talked nonsense for the first third, and then we kind of got on track again, and then the train crashed, and everybody burned to death worse than the Hindenburg.
And I can't think of a
And
segue.
then now, like, the burn victims were in such bad trouble that Peter didn't even want to come and save them. So Rufio came and he saved him with a bunch of marbles because one of the cars
Would you
was full of
just
marbles.
get off the floor?
And they all
Put the
went to
microphone
Neverland.
down. Put it down. Enough. Okay, you segued. You segued.
Now
You
we're
segued.
there.
You segued. Okay, you win. Jesus.
That's all I wanted to hear.
You're exhausting. Man, I thought I was.
Everybody
annoying.
says that.
I'm not surprised. Golly. All right. Give me a second. Jesus. Okay, here we go. Oh, I guess I missed my segue. Here we go. Hold on. Yeah. Chapter 6.
I can't imagine a possible scenario where we get in trouble for that.
Well, that's fair use, isn't it?
I think so.
You should know about
What
that.
do I know?
It's literally...
I don't know about podcast law.
It's 4 seconds. I think
we're good. I think it's like, yeah, well, I mean, I think it's measures, right? So I'd literally have to see the sheet music to know.
sheet music. Ugh, what a drag. Laws are a drag.
I'm going to go download the tabs and put them in my acoustic guitar case when I'm done.
You don't have an acoustic guitar.
I do. It has one sticker on it. It says OCAP.
I don't remember us. That's a band I used to be in, everyone. I don't remember us having stickers, but I peel that off.
Well, you didn't have many.
I want it back.
But I have one.
I want it back. Peel it off.
I'm gonna heat it up. I'm gonna peel it off. I'm gonna lick it, put it back on some wax paper, and ship it to you.
I don't do that. I'd feel bad. That's cool though. I really truly don't remember us having stickers, but
yeah,
pins. I remember.
It
some
would have
pins.
a tiger costume in it too, but you had pens.
Pins. P-I.
Pins. I get it.
Penis.
I get it.
We all had penis. Shit.
Well, I'm on pins and needles for your next chapter.
All right, jeez. Okay. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. How'd that sound?
Sounded great.
Bobby's World. Okay, here we go. Chapter 6, wherein Rufio is forced to make a difficult decision. Rufio wasn't actually epileptic. Sometimes he just needed some alone time. And once you flopped around on one shit-covered floor, you flopped around on them all. He generally used this time to practice his transcendental meditation and contemplate the true meaning of a crumpet. But this time, he used the time to plot. To plot his revenge. To plot his revenge against a little dick-suited toothbrush stuck to shit-covered... I gotta say, cunt. He thought all about how he could finally put an end to his only friend in Neverland. Tink, 2 in the pink, 1 in the stinker bell. That was a common nickname everyone called Tink behind her back that I never mentioned until now. Rufio had thought out many a plan of this nature before, but none had ever come to fruition. But now, finally, all the pieces of the puzzle connected. What did Rufio need? He needed a motive. He had a great many. After all, it was his force-made pink and his regular old stink from which Tink derived her suiting nickname. He needed a weapon. He had a shard of broken mirror glass. But what he really needed was a cure for the clap. And for once in his short, miserable, mostly shit-covered life, Lady Luck had smiled upon him. For you see...
Sure seems that way.
Would you just let me read? It's getting juicy.
Right.
For you see, amongst the crates of pirate booty he had recently scavenged, he had found a boon from the malevolent deities that ruled Neverland. He had found a syringe of doxycycline. He had intended to use it for his urinary tract infection, but hey, when a gift horse looks you in the face, you'd best French kiss the shit out of that fucker and make sure to get in there nice and deep. Lick those tonsils. So, Rufio decided it was time to kiss the horse. As he was flopping around in a fake epileptic seizure, he procured the syringe and grabbed a shard of glass. Rufio opened his eyes to get a bead on Tink. The time looked right. She had removed her dick suit and lifted her tiny fairy tutu. She was preparing to shit right on Rufio's face. He took a deep breath and took aim at Tink's tiny tuchus and stabbed the syringe right in the site of the bee sting and pushed the plunger in with his other hand cleanly liberated her head from her body. The head arced through the air, bounced off the ground, and landed in the toilet bowl. Her body warbled in the air, her ass completing the last signal it had received and shitting on Rufio's face. She must have really had to go, too, because the force of the shit propelled her away, propelled her body across the room, leaving a trail of shit and blood until she hit the wall with a sickening splat. Her body slid down the wall, leaving behind it a trail of brown, red, yellow, and green. Rufio stood up, wiped the shit out of his eyes, and walked to the toilet. He looked in and saw Tink's bodiless head, its face frozen in an expression of extreme exertion. Well, Tink, old girl, when you play a game of Porcelain Thrones, you win or you die. Rufio smiled as he flushed the toilet. That is the end of Chapter 6, wherein Rufio is forced to make a difficult decision.
Wow.
Yeah, didn't see that coming, did you?
I did not see that coming. I did not think that you'd manage to fit into this episode, or this chapter, a Neverland steamer. And
Sure
you did.
Yep.
And also, I'm surprised at the length of Rufio's tongue.
Rufio's...
That is... Well, licking the tonsils of a horse,
Oh,
that is...
right, yes, yep.
Well, I need to go apologize to all those horses that I did not treat appropriately. For gifting me things.
Well, they have to be a gift horse, number one. Number two, it is a little rude to not lick their tonsils. What, are you not a gentleman? Are you some sort of a fucking asshole or something?
That's exactly what I am.
Yeah.
Probably not the same as Tinkerbell was. She shot across that room like a zit.
She'll be okay.
I hope so. I truly do.
If there's one thing I've learned reading this, strange things happen, and she might be back. I don't know. She might not. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not making any promises.
You never know in Neverland what's going to happen.
You never know in Neverland.
And it's certainly, I'm glad that you're clearing the air, the shit-stenched air, because I guess I did not know the true folklore behind how the story we know and have come to love got started.
Yep. This is the true story of Neverland.
You're doing God's work.
We'll see when I die. We'll see what if he's up there. We'll see what he has to say. Yeah. Well, let me ask you a quick question.
I'm sure that it'll end in our favor. Yeah, please.
Did you know that? What do I have to do every chapter? I told you last week I have to do a couple things. I'm mandated by my publisher to make some references. Do you remember what they are?
I remember desperately wanting to meet your publisher.
Yeah, I talked to him, and I played one of our podcasts for him, and it was right during the Zeke week theme song, and they heard you screaming, and they said, "No, sir."
Yeah, they ain't got time for me.
Then again,
so I ain't got time for them.
Good. So just quiet down. Do you remember what I have to do? Reference? Huh? Huh?
So you make a reference to the. Okay, I can do this. You make a reference.
I believe in you.
The crumpet.
Every 2 chapters. Yep, every 2 chapters.
Every 2 chapters. Yep. You make a reference to. I'm laying back on the floor. I'm just gonna start screaming
just
again.
Okay. I'll just tell you. No need. You're okay. Calm down. A Game of Thrones reference every chapter.
It was every chapter. I liked the porcelain throne. You win or you die.
Or you die. So anyways, I don't know. I just wanted you to know that I did it. I did it, Zeke.
You did it. You won.
Hooray.
You won. You don't have to die.
Hooray. Hooray.
You don't have to die. The stinky tank needed to die.
Tank doing the pink one and the stinker
the
bell.
dirty tank. It's one of those often rumored, never spoken names, evidently.
Indeed. I think if nobody's ever thought that up before, I'm sure someone has. But I want an award. Make me an award. You know, I don't know. Probably I don't want real. I'm kind of afraid of real poo poo. I know I mention it a lot in my story, but I don't send me a pile of poo. But I want an award for coming up with Tink, Two, and the Stink One, and the Pink Bell. Just send me something cool, okay?
I'll try to come up with that.
Very good, thank you. Okay,
yeah.
Looks like we're running out of time.
Because you do deserve it. You do deserve it.
I do deserve it, and I'm very modest about it. I'm very...
You do deserve it.
you, that's clever. I was just going to say I'm very modest and clever. And I even waited and paused and brought it back to that because I wanted everyone to know how modest and clever I am.
Well, I stole it from you.
I was trying to make it... Golly, you don't get anything. You don't get it.
I don't get it.
I don't even get it. Oh, all right, fine. We got to end it up. What?
Never assume intelligence from your audience.
It's mean. You're mean. That's a mean thing to say.
Don't I know it?
All right, what movie do I have to watch?
All right. So, because I'm a gentleman, obviously,
and a scholar,
I've been giving you two choices.
Oh, okay. First, who'd you see in there that you liked? Who'd you said, oh, I know that person. I want to see if he's got a movie, or she,
or she, and I actually have one of each for you this week. You can, if you so choose.
Mm-hmm.
You can take Keith David.
Mm-hmm. That's the person I thought you would probably go with. All right.
And he was in another John Carpenter film that we've also spoken of called The Thing.
Oh, baby. Speaking my language, Zeke.
See? Like I told you, I'd perpetuate the cycle. Or, and it is a big or,
mm-hmm.
because if you've looked at the credits for this film, there are some shockingly lazy names on the bill.
Okay.
And if I may ask, what was your favorite character in the film? Who was your favorite character? Not what.
I'm looking. I'm on IMDb. Well, I like the guy who talked like this. Who's just that asshole licking his butt again?
All right. So I was looking at a couple options. I liked Meg. She had a good character, but my favorite character was aptly named Naked Lady.
Naked Lady.
And so that is my alternate version for you. Her real name is Sibby Danila. I believe I'm saying that right. So you can choose Sibby Danila, and she does have more than one IMDb. I'm saying that you can choose from The Thing, like a weak-minded person, or you can go with Tango and Cash with Sibby Danila, the Naked Lady.
How many people did you go through? Like every actor?
I went through a lot of them. I'm not gonna lie.
Huh. Well, Naked Lady, I don't recall. I don't recall Naked Lady.
So she is the last human you see in the film.
Yeah, okay. And he having sex with the alien. What's the matter, baby?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. So, and she, to get to Tango and Cash, she has a uncredited role, but I got there.
Uncredited role.
Yeah, she's in the film, but it says hyphenated, uncredited, but it's still on her IMDb.
All right, I guess I can allow that.
That makes it real. By our rules, that makes it real.
That makes it reality. That makes it.
The Naked Lady lives on IMDb.
I mean, with what's his old name here? Yeah, Keith David. I mean, you had a lot of other options there too. You know.
Oh, I did, but I thought I should stick with the thing for his option just because he got the role for They Live specifically because of his performance in The Thing.
Have you seen The Thing?
I have not. Have you seen Tango and Cash?
No, I've not seen it.
So you know what we're looking at right here. Because no matter what we do, the other person's going to pick the next one the next week. Because there's a straight up connection between the two of them.
You son of a bitch. Well, I got a little song. You take the high road, no, take the low road. Do you want to sing with me? Come on.
Only if I get to take the low road.
They're fine, Tango and Cash, you son of a bitch. God.
Yeah, buddy.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Well, we're back on the straight and narrow, as I like to call action films, and
I'm gonna find something.
You're all welcome for.
I'm gonna find something so bad out of the Tango and
No,
Cash.
I can think of a. Have you seen Tango and Cash?
No, I already said that. No, I've not seen it.
See, I just wanted to reiterate. I have seen it, and there are a few characters in there that I'm gonna have to go and look at their IMDb's just to see what I've gotten myself into.
I'll find something. I'll find something good.
I'm sure you will.
Was that creepier than yours? Or? Nope. Yours is creepier and much funnier. Okay, I think that's that, man. Okay, that's a wrap. Okay.
Thanks for sticking with us this week,
thanks,
and
guys.
we'll look forward to disturbing your brainwaves again next. This is Two Boys, One Cast.
Bye-bye.
I'm out. Okay, love you, bye.
The portions of today's broadcast that you actually enjoyed are brought to you in whole by... You don't look too good, Frankie.
My back is killing me, Muggsy.
You're killing me, Frankie. The only thing louder than your Tommy is your moaning.
Lay off it, eh? I pull my own. My spine holds up in the muck. It's just uncomfortable. That's all.
You're right. Frankie, you're right. I'm sorry. You gotta get on the lamb.
I knew it'd be you, Muggsy.
Knew me? What? No, you beautiful mook. It's a mattress.
I ain't no sheep. What's this you're going on about?
It's LAM. I used to have the same trouble with my back. Last time we started a turf war, I was so bent out of shape, I nearly slept with the fishes.
What got you out?
Old Chips got one before he got put down. Brand new. Never tore the tags off. What kind of goon doesn't tear the tag? Anyway, he bought the bed on a whim, then bought the farm going out on a midnight run for some dame. I've been on the lam ever since.
Hell of a way to count your sheep.
You know better than that, Frankie. The only Z's we get to count are the gaps between the ringing in our ears. But if you gotta go out with a bang, you may as well go out comfortable.
You're a good friend, Muggsy. I'll go on the lam right away.
The best part is, Frankie, you name your own price.
That's too good to be true, Muggs. You don't gotta worry none about me, though. I know how to make an offer.
No need. It's the family discount.
That's great, Muggsy. Thank you.
You can't beat it. Be direct, though. He's a talker. The faster you try to get out, the longer he holds you in. Just tell him you're there to see him about a horse. On the mattresses, go on the lam today.